The next topic is micronutrition. This is the second type of nutrition which is important for a child. Micronutrition plays a crucial role in child nutrition. It helps in the prevention and treatment of various disease and conditions, as well as the optimization of physical and mental functioning. Understanding micronutrition is critical for anyone seeking to maintain or improve a child's health. Micronutrition, as opposed to macronutrition, are comprised of vitamin and mineral which are required in small quantities to ensure normal metabolism, growth, and physical well-being. Micronutrition are vitamins and mineral required in small amounts that are essential to a child's health, development, and growth. Micronutrients provide no energy for the body but are necessary for the proper functioning of body. Micronutrients are very important for good health but are required in small amount. Micronutrition can be found in most foods. Fresh foods are a good natural source of micronutrition. Now let us see the 5 different micronutrients and where it is found. Micronutrients are nutrients that a child's body requires. However, unlike other nutrition, micronutrients are only needed in a small dosage every day. Several micronutrients that we may have heard includes iron, chromium, copper, iodine, and zinc. Deficiencies of any one of these micronutrients can negatively impact the child's body. Therefore, we need to be ensured that a child is getting micronutrition in the right dosage. Iron is necessary in the child's body to help the red blood cell move oxygen throughout the body. Cell growth also occurs as a result of the child's iron level. However, failure to get enough iron can result in anemia, which can lead to tiredness and weakened immune system. Therefore, it is important that a child should get enough iron in daily diet. There are plenty of foods that can deliver iron to a child's body. Red meat, several types of beans, leafy vegetables like spinach, whole wheat, bread, and many soy products like tofu all brings iron into the body. Chromium. Inside the body, chromium helps to regulate the child's glucose level. It does this by balancing the blood sugar and making sure it does not get too high or too low. It is also helpful for regulating hunger, protects the DNA, and controls the blood's fat and cholesterol level. Without it, the child could suffer from colds, sweats, frequent hunger, and a constant desire to eat and drink. Whole wheat bread, peas, potato all delivers chromium to the child's body. Copper. Copper works with iron to keep bones, blood vessel, and nerves functioning properly. It also helps from hemoglobin in the child's blood. A copper deficiency could result in digestive problem, weakness in the child's body, and respiration issues. It can be found in different types of shellfish, nuts, soy, beans, and even dark chocolates. Iodine. Though a child's body does not need large amount of iodine, it does help the child's thyroid glands to function properly. It helps the child's body feel energized and deliver energy to the body. A lack of iodine could of course result in low level of energy. Table salt is the best source of iodine, and fruits, vegetables grown in coastal area that are substantiable to salt water are also good source of it. Zinc. Unlike iodine, zinc is present in all different parts of the human body. It helps to heal the wounds, assists the child's body in keeping skin healthy, and also fights off infection. Minus zinc could suffer from hair loss and fatigue, and the child could see wounds taking longer to heal than normal. In order to keep the child zinc level up, incorporate more dairy products, beans, nuts, and whole grain cereals into the diet. Zinc is often cooked away or lost during processing, so we should always make sure to find way to incorporate into the child's diet. Now let us see why a micronutrition is important for a child. Micronutrition are vital to the proper functioning of all child's body system. Sodium, for instance, is responsible for maintaining the proper fluid balance in a child's body. It helps fluid pass through cell wall and helps regulate appropriate pH level in child's blood. So here are some of the ways that other micronutrients helps maintain a child's body system. Thus, it is important as it promotes bone formation and energy production, and it helps the child's body metabolize and macronutrients protein, carbohydrates and fat. It is important as it helps a child's heart maintains its normal rhythm. It helps the body convert glucose into energy, and it is necessary for the metabolization of the micronutrients calcium and vitamin C. It is important as it helps the child's body produce red blood cell. It is important as it helps the child's thyroid gland develop and function. It helps the child's body to metabolize fats and promotes energy production and growth. It is important as it helps to regulate water and electrolytes within the cells, as well as helping to maintain appropriate cellular pH. Now this is something which is very important to know, that what are the common micronutrition deficiencies disorders which can affect a child. Micronutrition deficiency can lead to some serious health problems. The World Health Organization feels that micronutrition deficiencies presents a huge threat to the child's health of the world's population. Some common micronutrition deficiencies are iron deficiency, vitamin A deficiency and iron deficiency. Iodine deficiency is the world's foremost cause of brain damage. Fortunately, it's easily prevented by the use of iodized salt. Vitamin A deficiency is a leading cause of blindness in children. And iron deficiency is the most common deficiency in the world and the only one prevalence in developing countries. Over 30% of the world's child population is suffering from iron deficiency anemia. Vitamins are essential organic nutrition, most of which are not made in the child's body, or only in insufficient amount and are mainly obtained through food. When their intake is inadequate, vitamin deficiency disorder are the consequences. Although vitamins are only present and required in minute quantities, compared to the macronutrients, they are as vital to health and needs to be considered when determining nutrition security. Thus, vitamins are organic substances which are found in plants and animals. Types of vitamins. There are basically two types of vitamin: fat soluble and water soluble. Fat soluble vitamin include vitamin A, D, E and K. These are called as fat soluble because these vitamins dissolve in fat and can be restored in a child's body, so it is not needed to take them every day. Water soluble includes vitamin C and B complex vitamins. These are called water soluble because these vitamins dissolves in water and cannot be stored in a child's body. It means that these needs to be taken every day. As fat soluble includes vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E and vitamin K, it accumulates in the liver and fat tissues. These reserves may be released only when the dietary intakes are low in the fat. There is a research, however, suggested that blood vessels of vitamin D may be low even in the presence of significant storage in the fat. Vitamin A is a fat-soluble vitamin that is essential for growth and development, normal vision, the expressions of selected genes and immunity. Vitamin A deficiency is a major public health problem worldwide. It is the leading preventable cause of blindness among children in developing nations. Thus, the functions of vitamin A is required for night vision and color vision. It is needed for cell differentiation, it supports immune function and it is required for bone health. The sources of vitamin A comes from animal foods only. So they includes liver, eggs, egg yolks and whole milk. The deficiency problems in vitamin A is night blindness and other eye problems, dry, scaly skin problems with reproductions, and poor growth. And the excess amount, it can lead to birth defects, headaches, vomiting, double vision, hair loss, bone abnormalities, and liver damage. Vitamin D is a fat soluble vitamin that is essential for maintaining normal calcium metabolism and is thus necessary for bone health. Severe vitamin D deficiency in infant and children results in failure of bone to mineralize, leading to a condition known as rickets. Rapidly growing bones are most severely affected by rickets. The growth plates of bones continue to enlarge, but in the absence of adequate mineralization, weight-bearing limbs becomes bowed. In severe cases of vitamin D deficiency, low serum calcium level may induce a caesareus. Thus, the different functions of vitamin D is it regulates blood calcium level, it supports the bone health. And the different sources of vitamin D is sunlight. There are few food sources of naturally occurred vitamin D. They include fatty fish such as salmon and tuna, egg yolk, beef, livers, and some mushrooms. Fortified milk, orange juice, breakfast cereals, and other foods are additional sources of vitamin D. The deficiency problem which may occur are greater risk in softening of the bones. The excess amount, it can lead to kidney stones or kidney damage, weak muscles and bones, and excess bleeding and other problems. Excessive amount usually comes from supplement, not food or exposure to sunlight.